Welcome back to the Robinson Replay. We have an amazing episode today with our guest picker, Big E, Ethan Eppink in the
How's
building.
it going?
Let's go.
Welcome.
Super hyped.
I'm excited.
Down in C-Bus.
Yep. No.
Yeah, you gotta do it. Come on.
I'm actually going to the game this weekend, so
Oh,
There
really?
you go. You getting a
Yeah.
little Bruins action, huh?
yep, a little night game action in
Yeah,
Columbus.
yeah.
What's
Nice.
the
You're-
spread on that? Like
basi-
30?
I think I don't know. I think it's like 31.
It's gonna be a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's going for the drinking.
yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, he's going for the tailgates. He's
Definitely
going
not
for
cheering for him. So
He's just going for the atmosphere.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we got some NBA to go over a little bit of the season so far, kicking off, and then obviously we have some NCAA football picks going over the NFL, where we are in the season, and the picks we got for this week. So let's get right into it, rolling with the NBA. E, what do you think about the NBA so far this season? What stands out to you?
well, as YouTube and Disney are fighting, I haven't been able to see many games, but I am looking at the standings here and stuff, and the Pistons are standing out. 7-game win streak right now. 9-2 leading the East. Obviously, my Celtics aren't performing too well without Jason Tatum, so I think that might affect my interest in the NBA as well this year. But I'm still gonna watch a little bit. Obviously, I love basketball. But in the West, obviously Thunder are taking over 11-1. Wembanyama and the Spurs are second. I don't know if people are expecting that or not, but that is impressive by Wembanyama, his second year already improving the Spurs. And the Rockets fifth. I'm surprised that they're 6-3. I think they will be in the NBA champion finals this year.
KD
Yep.
effect.
Yep, KD
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
What about you, Dad?
Well, yeah, like he said, I definitely the Pistons. I was surprised when I saw that earlier today. I had no idea they were 9-2. Very impressed there. But yeah, the big
That's
discrepancy is East and West. I mean, the West is like 10 times better than the East. The Cavaliers, they look like crap still. They got beat by the Heat, which is number 3. I tell you what, the Heat play a amazing style of basketball. They are up and down the court. They are launching threes. They are just a quick, fast team. They throw up a lot of shots. And at halftime today, they're playing the Heat again. It was tied at halftime, 68-68. But obviously the West is the best. You got the Thunder, Spurs, Nuggets, and Lakers. And the Lakers, I'm surprised they're in 4th place. That's without LeBron yet. LeBron's starting in the G League starting tomorrow. He's going to get a little accustomed to basketball again in the G League. God, can you imagine those games in the G League?
Yeah, what?
That's
crazy.
What a zoo that is going to be. But yeah, so that'll be interesting basketball to say the least. So yeah, it's just like I said, the West is just amazing, and right now the bigger teams in the East that used to, like last year, Pacers 14th. They were in the NBA Finals, and they're the 14th ranked
1-10.
team. Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Well, but you got to remember Halliburton went
Yeah, they
down.
lost Halliburton. They lost Turner. They've had a lot of injuries. I mean, a lot of injuries this year. And, Orlando, good team. They're way down there. Boston, of course, they don't have Tatum. They don't have Mr. Dookie. They don't have him in there. So, yeah, they're struggling. But, that's pretty much my take on the NBA so far.
Yeah, I have here that Giannis is the leading scorer so far in the league with averaging about 33 points per game. And the Sabonis has 13 rebounds per game, averaging some of the leaders there. And then a crazy stat here, another Dookie, Grayson Allen for the Suns is the leading 3-point maker so far in the league with
he can stroke it.
No, I believe it. Yeah, he's a great shooter.
46 made threes this season. A couple days ago, he had 10 threes in a game. Yeah. So
that's
good.
I saw that.
He's been stroking it.
10 threes in the game. You got to be on fire hitting 10 threes.
Yeah.
I mean, just fire.
It's like me on
did that
NBA
one time.
2K.
I did an AAU game one time.
Yeah. One time, more times than I did. All right.
So NCAA basketball, did you have something to mention about any NCAA basketball, Dad?
Yeah, a little bit. The top 10 right now are Houston, Purdue, Connecticut, Duke, Arizona, Michigan, BYU, Alabama, Kentucky, and Florida. I'll tell you what, I watched the Michigan Wake Forest game last night. And I'll tell you what, the Michigan's got the guy named Mara, Mara, like 7'2" or 7. I don't know what the hell he's 7'3". Just
7'4".
7'4". He just has a wingspan that's amazing. He had 18 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 blocks. I mean, he just alters the entire game. Every time Wake Forest drove it, they threw in these lollipops over him, and they just doinked it off the backboard and the rim. And even though the game did go to overtime, it was a really good game. Right now, the teams are holding their own. The only team that has a loss in the top 10 is Kentucky, who lost to Louisville last night, which is a rivalry game. And Florida lost earlier to a top ranked team too. So right now it's pretty much what we think it would be, and just going chalk, because lots of times in the beginning of the year, a lot of these teams are playing, cupcake teams, even though there are some good tournament games like next week Duke plays Kansas and some other good games that are on the schedule, but most of the time it's Cupcake City.
7'4", isn't that Wembanyama's height?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he's 7'4" or 7'5".
Got like a
this guy's
there.
a little skinny dude though. He'll obviously have to put on some weight.
Well, Wemby's skinny too, right? I mean,
he is actually, but he's put on a little bit of weight over the last year.
Yeah.
I think he put on 15, 20 pounds.
As much as a 7'4" guy can put on weight, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep it rolling here. These were our NCAA picks last week. I was 4-0, and Dad, you missed the Oregon-Iowa game in this one, yeah?
You said Iowa was 4-0. What are you talking about?
I said I was 4-0.
Oh, I was. Okay,
yes,
sorry. I thought you said Iowa was 4-0. That's like, gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. I went with the Hawkeyes. Matter of fact, I love their helmet last week. That was sweet with the Veterans Day Hawkeye on the side. Really sweet logo. But yeah, I mean, Iowa hung in there. They actually had a chance to win. I mean, the weather was awful. My buddy Pat went to the game. He said it was a great atmosphere, good time. He said most of the time the Hawkeye fans were nice to him and his Oregon stuff. But he had a wonderful time there. Iowa did have a chance in that game. They just sort of faded out at the end, but it was a low-scoring, wet game. But yeah, all the rest were pretty much chalk. You had all the favorites win, basically. They're all the favorites. There's not one underdog won that game. So
yeah, some close ones, but favorites pulled it out. This is the bracket if the season ended today. So this is what it's looking like. And any analysis here?
I'll tell you what. For me personally, the first round game of Notre Dame, Oregon.
Yeah, that one stands out.
That one really stands out to me. And they're all not bad. The only one that's sort of lousy in the first round would be probably the South Florida, Georgia. I think Georgia would blow them out. But Miami and Texas Tech is a better team than people think. And Texas is starting to come around. Texas has a big game this week. So if Texas loses this week, though, they're probably sayonara. That'll be their third loss, and I think they'd be out of the playoffs. But those are going to be great matchups.
Yeah, I think the better seed will just sweep. Just like I think last year the same thing happened. The better seed just swept. They're all blowouts. Like Mark said, Notre Dame, Oregon, that stands out. But all these other games, until I see Michigan somewhere, I'm not really interested.
The only way Michigan gets in there is if they beat Ohio State, and
that'd be crazy. Put a wrench in this whole thing, yeah.
Then somehow, but I still don't think they would. They already have 2 losses in Big Ten play, I believe. So they would
have to win out.
Yeah, I don't even think then they would get in, because they would have 2 losses in the Big Ten, and Ohio State would probably only have 1.
But they won the Big Ten champ. Well, they won. Yeah, they wouldn't go because Ohio State would go over them. Yeah.
Yeah. But right now it would be Indiana. If Ohio State would get beat by Michigan, I think it would be Oregon, Indiana. Who Indiana should have got the freaking L last week. Penn State just blew that at the end. They were they looked so good. Penn State, that was the best they've looked all year.
Yeah,
I mean, but that guy at the end, that toe tapper, that was an amazing catch. Probably catch of the year in college football. So Mendoza threaded the needle, and yeah, they ended up pulling it out. But
that was an amazing catch.
What a comeback there. Well, we have some more picks for this week here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 games here this week for the NCAA.
Yeah. This is some games this week. We got all 4 games are ranked teams in top 25. Last week we didn't have that, so we got 4 really good games this week. The first game, Notre Dame, Pittsburgh. I'll tell you what, Carr has really been doing well. He's got 19 touchdowns, 4 picks this year. The running back duo of Love and Price, they've got 21 TDs combined for Notre Dame. But I really like Pitt because of this kid from Oregon, this Heinschel kid. You know, he's a local boy. He's really been doing well. Obviously, his stats aren't the same. He's got 12 touchdowns, 5 picks. And, you know, the backfield is not quite as strong as Notre Dame. So I got to take Notre Dame on the road at Pitt, even though I really would like to see Pitt win. But I'm going to go with Notre Dame.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with this local kid. There's the quarterback for Pittsburgh?
He went to Clay. His name's Heinschel. I don't know if he's any relation to Heinschel that used to be the coach at St. John's. I don't know if this maybe be his grandkid or something. I have no idea. I'm sure it's not his regular kid, but yeah, he played at Oregon, ended up going to Pittsburgh, and so he is their quarterback there, and he's been doing really well. They're 7-2. They're both, matter of fact, Notre Dame and Pittsburgh are both 7-2. So whoever wins this game, that knocks the other team out of the playoffs. Nobody's getting in the playoffs unless they win their league, and Notre Dame's not in the league. So if Notre Dame loses a game, they will be out.
Must win for both teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, Notre Dame favored by 11.5 in this one. I think it's hard not to go Notre Dame, even though it could be a close one for sure. I kind of like the spread.
Yeah.
But yeah, CJ Carr for Notre Dame has 2,227 passing yards and 19 touchdowns this season. So that's my pick, is going to Notre Dame. What about you, E?
Yep, I'm on Notre Dame as well, covering the spread. I actually think the spread should be closer to 9.5, but I did some research, and I think the linebackers for Pittsburgh are all beat up right now, and that's going to really affect the run game for Notre Dame. They're going to be able to run all over them. So I think that's why it's so high. So I'm going to take the spread for Notre Dame.
Jeremiah Love next year will be a number 1 pick for running back in the NFL draft. There's no doubt in my mind. So they are strong in the running game for sure.
Well, next game here, we got number 12 Oklahoma at number 4 Alabama at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Alabama is the favorite by 6.5 points. Who do you have, Dad?
Once again, if Oklahoma loses, they're out. They're 7-2. They lose, they're done. Alabama, they have 1 loss. I like Bama at home with Simpson. I just think that he's going to get it done. So I'm going to take the Roll Tide.
Tide. What you got? Or no, I'll go here. Alabama, obviously Ty Simpson. I've said Ty Simpson probably every game here that we've talked about Alabama, obviously, and how he's having a Heisman season for sure. But a shout out to his supporting cast. Senior Jeremy Bernard, wide receiver, has 41 receptions and 605 yards with 6 touchdowns this season. So shout out to him, and I'm going with the Tide as well in this one. So yeah, definitely must win for Oklahoma, but going with the Tide at home, tough to beat there.
Yep, I'm on the same vote with you here. Bama, you're not going to beat Bama at home. Oklahoma hasn't really beat anybody special, and they have 2 losses.
Right. Michigan is nobody special.
Oh, freshman Bryce Underwood on the road, his first road. I wasn't expecting Michigan to win that, but Oklahoma, they're not anything special in my opinion. So I think Roll Tide take over and cover the spread.
All right.
Yeah. Yep. Next is number 20 Iowa at number 19 USC. USC is the favorite by 6.5 points at home at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum in LA. Who you got, Dad?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with USC on this one. Iowa could have a little hangover after getting beat last week. I think that pretty much eliminated them from the college football playoffs. USC is just hanging around. I just think USC has more NFL-ready players overall, and I think they actually will walk away with this one definitely take the -6.5.
Take the -6.5. So you're going USC.
Yes.
I'm gonna go USC as well. I think a highlight player for me in this one is wide receiver Mekhi Lemon. He has 61
Yes.
receptions, 137 yards, and 7 touchdowns this season. So I'm
The
going with
Browns will draft him next year, by the way. Browns
yeah.
will draft him. Right, mark
Well,
that down now.
yeah. Okay. I'll mark that down. We'll come back and we'll come back and see this one. It'd be a good pick. It'd be a good pick.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you, E?
Same thing with Iowa and USC, kind of like Oklahoma and Alabama. Iowa, they have played nobody, and when they have played somebody, they've lost. And like Mark said, they're going to have a hangover from the emotional loss last week against Oregon. I think USC takes care of business and beats Iowa and covers the spread.
Yeah. Well, the last college game here is number 11 Texas at number 5 Georgia. Could be the best game of the week probably here.
Yeah.
Georgia is the favorite by 6.5 points at home at Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia. Who you got?
At night.
At night game. Yep.
Yeah. Between the hedges. This one was a hard one for me just because Texas keeps winning ugly. They've won their last 4 games. They've played ugly and they still keep winning. They've yet to put a good game on paper or on the field, I should say, this season. They've yet to play a good game. Their defense was supposed to be this almighty defense that they were supposed to have, and their defense has sucked. So just like last week, I don't know. I got to go Georgia, even though Georgia almost gave it up to Vandy last week. They let Vandy score 21 points in the last quarter. But I just got to go with Georgia at home. It almost seems like a trap game to me, but I'm going to go Georgia.
Yeah, this one was kind of tough for me. I can't lie. I feel like Texas has just found a way to win, even though it's been ugly the past few weeks here. And I've been kind of a Texas hater. Can't lie with
you are a hater.
With Arch Manning, horns down for sure. But I'm picking Texas in this one. I think the defense could win this for them. And so I have some highlights for the defense. 2 linebackers on Texas here. We have Anthony Hill Jr. He has 64 tackles, 4 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles this season. And then linebacker Colin Simmons has 30 tackles, 8 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. So I think if Arch doesn't throw an interception in this game, which he has 6 on the season, if he does not throw an interception, they will win this game. If he throws one, they will lose. But I'm gonna go with Texas. Yeah.
So you would take +6.5 then, huh?
I like plus. Yeah, I definitely like that.
I bet you would.
Are you taking money line or +6.5?
He's taking money line.
I'm taking money line.
Money line.
Yeah. I'll take +6.5.
Okay.
Or money line here.
I'm kind of riding the same way with you here. I like +6.5. I'm not going to choose Texas to win though. I do think Arch Manning shows what he's capable of for that game. I know it's at night game at Georgia. That's a tough environment, but that spread is way too low. So I think Texas shows out.
You taking a money line or you taking them?
No, just spread, no money line.
Okay, so you're taking
maybe
Georgia.
like a little Georgia field goal to win at the end. Low scoring game.
Note that one could be decided by a field goal. That one for sure. So excited for that. On to the NFL here.
Oh yeah.
We had I had a bad week. Well, a couple bad breaks for me. I had some bold picks as always. I had the Vikings beating the Ravens as a bold pick, and then also the Steelers beating the Chargers was a bold pick. So it didn't pan out for me there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If they're looking over all of our picks from last week, a couple teams are just absolutely cooking right now. Colts pulled one out in overtime. New England's been awesome. I mean, they went on the road to beat Tampa Bay. LA has been really, really, really good. And Seattle has been really, really, really good too. Lions showed out in Washington. We had a little touchdown celebration from Mr. Brown. But overall, those teams really stood out to me this week. And all I know is my doggone Browns lost to the Jets. I am not happy. These entire upper management should be fired. I don't even know how they still have jobs. But instead, they just roll with it. Dylan Gabriel's still supposed to be the quarterback. I am not happy. I called my season ticket broker. I said, listen, You need to do some firing. And if you don't do it this off season, bye-bye. I'm done. I'm done.
They're
Right,
they're definitely going to fire some people. There's no way they're not going to.
Rant over. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw this, but Dylan Gabriel was like up for Rookie of the Week.
I saw that. Are you freaking kidding me? To the guy that throws it 2 yards short and throws it at their feet 50% of the time. That goes to show you that there was not one rookie that had a good game this week, obviously. That is absolute dog doo-doo.
Those Patriots rookies had a good games.
Yeah, they should have put Henderson up there by far.
Yeah.
My God, he should have definitely won the Rookie of the Week. I don't even know how he's in the conversation just because he threw 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that was a slap. That was a slap in the face to any Browns fan too.
Yeah,
It's just like,
and the Browns had the audacity to put it on their website. Vote for Dylan. Vote for Dylan. Are you kidding me? Oh, I would never vote for him. Thanks for bringing that up, Luke. That made me even more mad.
Jeez, he's got just a rage baiting you over here. So
I am. You do are baiting me. Baiting me. Okay, all right, go ahead.
Jeez, okay,
let's move on because I gotta calm down.
Yeah, calm down, buddy. We'll talk about the playoffs because the Browns are in that.
All right. Oh, the Browns are in this one. Oh no, they're not. Okay, just
they're far from this. So you're good. You don't got to think about them. Yeah.
Ethan, what do you expect in potential playoffs? What do you think about this picture here?
I don't see. Oh, there they are. Okay, there's the Patriots. I think the Broncos are overrated. I don't think the Broncos will finish second seed. Their offense is just so on or off. And Bo Mix, he's not. I don't think he's legit. Colts as well. Their schedule's been really easy. I don't know if they're going to continue the success that they have had so far. And the Rams at 5, I think they'll make their way up. I think the Rams are a good team.
The Rams look good. Matthew Stafford is freaking money. I mean, he's man's money.
He is.
I tell you what,
it look easy out there.
And McVay knows how to coach. I mean, he knows how to coach those boys, and they are really, really good. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Else? Not really. Tampa Bay, they look like they're going the wrong direction right now. Not really showing up on big games. And Detroit, they're surprisingly 6-3. I think they'll get hot here.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right. So my summary is this. First of all, I really like the Rams out of all these teams. I'm telling you right now, I really, really, really like, and I really, really like Seattle. That's why I'm sort of glad that right now they
play each other this week. You know that, right?
Yes, I know that. We're going to get to that later. But no, I really like those two teams a lot. The Jaguars are slipping. Buffalo, they look great one week. Next week, they look terrible. They look great. They look terrible. I don't know who Buffalo is. I really don't. Buffalo is just so hard to determine what their whole scheme is. They didn't go out and get anybody on the trade deadline. They have no receivers. That Joe Brady is running the offensive coordinator is terrible, and the coach keeps on backing them up. So I think they're doing a disservice to Allen. And the Bears are coming out a little bit. Look at that. You got 3 NFC North teams there. They got the Packers, you got the Lions, you got the Bears. That's sort of amazing to me. But that is, I think, probably the strongest division overall in the NFC. Well, in the AFC, it's up in the air. I think any of those teams in the AFC could win, and even a team that's not on there yet, which is Kansas City. They are still going to hang around, and you watch what happens this week. We'll see what happens from there.
Yeah, still crazy that the Chiefs have yet to make the playoff picture. I think they will be by the end of the season. I think all of this will shift around quite a bit, besides maybe the top 2 or 3 seeds on each side here.
But like he said, Indianapolis and Philly, they win every week, but they just don't show. They're just not showy. You know what I mean? They just get it done, and that's what you need in football.
That's what you need.
But I just think that come the end of the road here, I think they're going to drop the ball. Eagles should have lost to the Packers. Packers blew that game. And Indy should have lost in overtime. but they pulled it out. That's what good teams do. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens, and we are on to week 11 of the NFL here, kicking it off with the Thursday night game in Foxborough at Gillette Stadium. We have the Jets at the Patriots. The Patriots are pretty heavy favorites in this one, by 12.5 points. Yeah. What do you think, Dad?
Well, this is my synopsis on this one here. It should be, once again, though, it's just like last week with the freaking clowns. New England should blow the doors off the Jets. Justin Fields had 62 yards passing. 62 yards passing, and they still won. Unbelievable feat right there. 62 yards passing, and they won the game. They do that against New England. I guarantee New England will win that game. Plus, they're not going to give up a punt return and a kickoff return. I guarantee that also. Mm-hmm. So I am going New England big time. Henderson, by the looks of things, is going to be the starting running back again. Drake May's MVP season so far. I say New England by 21.
New England by 21. Whoa. I'm obviously picking New England in this one. I mean, the Jets are on a 2-game winning streak, but I think it ends on Thursday. Yeah, Drake May. He has 2,555 passing yards and 19 touchdowns this season. Third in the league for both categories, by the way. So yeah, definitely up there for MVP season. He also has 289 rushing yards as well. He's definitely going to lead this team to a W. It would be crazy if not. But what do you think, E?
You said it, Drake May.
Yeah,
front runner for MVP right now. Patriots just are clicking with Vrabel as the coach. And Jets, their only positive thing they have is the run game, and Patriots defense specialty is stopping the run. So I don't see the Jets having any chance of winning this game at all. So I got the Patriots covering the spread. 21 points. I mean, you could be right with that. It could be even more. It could get ugly quick.
Yeah, it could definitely. So next game,
by the way, in fantasy football, I would not play one Jet, not even Hall, not a chance.
Really? Why?
Because they are terrible. I think total yards last week they had 175 yards total. I don't even know it was that much. I think it was 165. And they still won the game. They are a terrible team. And like he said, New England has a good run defense. It's going to be bad news.
Yeah.
Bad
Watch
news.
me next week.
I think I saw a stat. New England's let up they haven't let up more than 50 yards one game this year in rushing. So
50
yards.
Really? Wow. That's a crazy stat.
Yeah. And they've gone against Bijan Robinson, like some serious running backs in the league.
Quinshawn Junkins. Just kidding.
Legit right there. All right, well, next game is the Commanders at the Dolphins. The Dolphins are favored by 2.5 points, but it's not in Miami. This is in Spain. We are at Santiago Bernabéu in
say that again.
Stadium. I don't know if I said that right. Bernabéu, Santiago Bernabéu in Madrid, Spain. This is actually the first game ever played in Madrid. However, there was one expedition game played back in 1993 in Barcelona. So interesting fact there. But yeah, first time there. Obviously 9:30 start. Who do you got there?
Well, let me tell you what. Miami, I don't know what team that team is either. I mean, they get their doors blown off by the Browns. Then they come back and win. Then they get their doors blown off again, and then they win again. Yes, last week against Buffalo. I don't know who this team is either. I mean, all I know is ride that A-Chain. Come on, let's go, A-Chain. I love him. He is so good. I mean, he carried my fantasy team last week. I love him. He had like 42 points. Mariota, I mean, he just doesn't have the weapons to throw to. I mean, McLaren's still out. He did practice a little bit. I think they've ruled him out now. I'm going to have to go with the Dolphins. Hopefully they don't have too much jet lag. And even though this does seem like they should lose this week because it's every other week, but I'm going to go Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm going Dolphins as well. Commanders are just kind of a beat up team right now. Obviously, Jaden Daniels is out. Really high hopes in the beginning of the season. I feel like it's really just tapered off. Not a lot of hope there. And yeah, Dolphins are the win and loss kind of a team, and so I think they can come out there and pull off the dub. But I think anything could happen in this game.
Yeah, this game's a shit show.
Yeah, I don't think many people are going to be waking up early for this one. Usually when you have a big injury like that, your team either gets like a good energy or a bad energy. And last week, Washington showed it was not a good energy.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Mariota, he's not a starting quarterback in the NFL. And Tua, I don't think is either, but like you said, Achan will be the difference maker, and Dolphins defense. I think Dolphins just have a better defense than the Commanders do. They're pretty beat up, so I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
Going with the Dolphins. Next, we got the 1:00 slate on Sunday here. We have the Texans at the Titans. The Texans are the favorite by 6.5 points in Tennessee at Nissan Stadium.
Oh, boy. Well, let me tell you what. David Mills, everybody listen to me again. David Mills was the #1 fantasy quarterback last week. That's right. David freaking Mills ran the ball and at the end scored the touchdown for them to win. Tennessee is just horrible. Is this an opportunity for them to win this game? There is an opportunity, but the Houston defense is too good. I just don't think they could overcome the Houston defense. So I do know Stroud is out with the concussion symptom still. So I am going Texans.
Wow, yeah, crazy stat with Mills there for sure. And obviously he has Nico Collins to throw to. He has had 40 receptions in the season, 550 yards and 3 touchdowns there. Don't like the Titans in this one. Going with the Texans. They've been a favorite as long as I can remember on the past weeks here, and keeping it rolling with the Texans. They've had a surprisingly good season.
Yep, I agree with you guys. Texans, you don't really have to think much about this one. Titans are not a good team this year. And I don't see them being a good team in the future. And Texans defense are probably top 2, top 3 defense in the league. So with the struggling Tennessee offense and a great defense, Houston should take care of business.
Yep. Next one here is the Bears at the Vikings at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Vikings are the favorite by 3.5 points.
Yeah, this game is a NFC North battle. I tell you what, this was a hard game for me just because I think they're just pretty much evenly matched teams to me. They're both, they got okay quarterbacks. They're not great quarterbacks. They're not bad quarterbacks. They got okay defenses. I do think Minnesota's defense is a little bit stronger, but I also think besides Jefferson, I think the Bears got with Odunze, DJ Moore, Swift, they got a couple more weapons. I'm going to take Minnesota just because they're at home and go Skull.
I'm going with Minnesota as well in this one. I mean, the Bears, even if they have some of those players playing, they're a pretty beat up team this far into the season here. I picked the Vikings last week against the Ravens, and they let me down a little bit, but I think JJ McCarthy can pull this one off.
And Odunze did not practice today, so whether he plays on Sunday, I'm not sure. Wednesday, like I've told you guys before, Wednesday is one of those days where even if they're banged up a little bit, they're not practicing Wednesday. So, just to let you know.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm on Minnesota as well. I think it's a must win for them. They're home against a divisional rival. I think they're 3-5 or 3-6, but they need to win. And Chicago, they've squeaked out 2 wins the last 2 weeks, and I think this week it will catch up to them, and the Vikings will beat them.
Yep. Everybody's going the Vikings here.
And JJ McCarthy, Caleb Williams, little draft class quarterback rivalry that we should see for a long time in the league.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a good battle.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know who has more college success, JJ McCarthy. I'm going to assume that it plays on the NFL field as well.
I'm going to tell you one thing that did bother me about Minnesota last week. That pass deep from JJ to Justin Jefferson. Jefferson sort of tripped over the guy's legs, and he let the guy intercept the ball, and he just sort of him-hawed and didn't even get into the play at all afterwards. And his excuse was, I just had a bad game, and that sort of bothers me. So for that reason, I'm going to rescind my pick. I'm going to take the Bears.
Whoa!
I'm going back to my pick. I'm taking the Bears.
Okay.
Write me down for the Bears.
Wait a minute. Put you down for the Bears. Okay. Last call. Going
I
3,
don't do lazy
2.
stuff. I'm not about
Bears sold.
Bears. The Bears.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson sometimes can have a bad attitude. I've noticed that as well. So I definitely see what you're saying with that.
Wow. Okay.
Would you like to change your pick also, sir?
No, I'm still sticking with JJ
Okay,
McCarthy.
Yeah,
though.
I'm sticking with JJ as well.
You gotta stick with your Michigan boy. Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we've all picked the same game so far here for everything.
I mean, those have been pretty easy games so
Yeah,
far. I
Guess
feel
what?
like.
Not anymore. I took the Bears.
Okay. I hear you loud and clear. All right, we'll see how that turns out. I think it is going to be a close game, a good game. This one had me thinking for a while as well. So, definitely. Next one is the Panthers at the Falcons at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. The Falcons are the favorite by 3.5 points in this one. Who you got?
Well, this is one of those games too that these teams are just unpredictable. Carolina looks so good one week, and then next week they look terrible. Same with the Falcons. Look really good, look really lousy. But I'll tell you what, who's on a heater right now is Drake London. Drake London is on a serious heater. I think he had 3 touchdowns last week. The man's smoking right now. He's on the Jonathan Taylor smoking chart. And I'm just going to have to go with Atlanta at home in the Benz. And even though I do think Rico Dowdell could have a good game, I'm going to go with Atlanta.
Going with Atlanta. I'm going with Atlanta as well. I think they have a really strong rushing defense. They actually have their top 10 and allowing the fewest yards allowed per game. So I think they can hold their own with Dowdle and Hubbard there. So I'm picking the Falcons.
Yep, I'm picking the Falcons as well. Bijan and Drake London. They have better players than the Panthers, and I don't trust Bryce Young. And the Falcons have had a lot of close losses this year. I mean, I think they just lost to the Colts in overtime, and
Yep.
they're keeping up with the Colts. So Colts are number 1 in their division. So they just had a lot of close losses. Same with the Patriots. Patriots beat them by 1. So yeah, I'll take the Falcons over the Panthers.
Next one here is the Packers at the Giants at MetLife Stadium. The Packers are the favorite by 7.5 points.
Well, you know who's playing? Old Crab Legs is playing this week. That's right, boys. Jameis Winston is back in the fold.
Famous Jameis.
He is going to be he is going to be your starting quarterback this week for the New York Giants. So look for
Russell Wilson.
Nope.
Wow.
Jameis Winston has been named the starter today.
Yeah. Why
With
Wilson, do you think?
Why? Because Wilson stinks.
Yeah, but it's Jameis
Once again,
Winston.
listen, that's why Dabo got his butt fired, was because he went with Wilson, who's not he's not a quarterback for the NFL anymore. He has gone down that hill and he's not coming back up.
Yeah.
So that's why Dabo got fired. He should have put in Winston, because at least with the Winston, you know you're going to pass the ball down the field. He's going to get his picks. You know, he's good for those, but you expect that from him.
Yeah.
Well, of course, with the Dabo firing, but I'll tell you what, this is what happens with firings and with head coaches. Lots of times they rally around the new coach and they come back and win. Not this week, my friends. Green Bay will blow them out by 14 points. I'm taking the Pack. They need a rebound from last week's loss to Philly, and I'm going to take the Packers.
Yeah, I think this is one of the most obvious games possibly on this whole entire week's slate.
Yeah.
Don't have much to say. The Giants have 4 straight losses. Let's make it a 5th.
Yep, I'm with you. Packers just came off a loss. They're 5-3, third in their division. They need a win. They're not going to lose to the Giants when you need a win. Yeah, I got the Packers.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah.
Yep. Next one is the Chargers at the Jaguars at Everbank Stadium. Chargers are the favorite by 2.5 points.
Well, like I said earlier, the Jaguars, they're going downhill slowly but surely. They're moving down. I haven't heard whether Brian Thomas is going to play this week, but this will favor Parker Washington because he's going to be replacing Hunter. Hunter is out for the season. He had surgery the other day, so he is out for the season. And I just think that the Chargers are a better team overall. They have passing, they running with Vidal. Their defense looks really good. They did a nice job against the Steelers last week. So I'm going to go with the Chargers over the Jags.
Chargers over the Jags. I'm going the same. Going with the Chargers. Some that stands out to me here. The Chargers have a top 5 passing yards per game. And also they've been really great at converting on third downs. While at the same time the Jags have struggled with pass defense here. So perfect recipe for Herbert and the Chargers to do well and win on the road in this one. So I'm going to the Chargers.
Yep. I'm gonna go with Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers as well.
Oh, Jim
They just have
Harbaugh.
a more put together well team, and the Jags, I mean, I would consider them if Brian Thomas Jr. was playing, but I don't think he's going to play. And like Mark said, they've been looking bad. They're on the downtrend here. So I'm going to take the Chargers. They've looked good. They're very consistent, and their defense will show up for this game.
Yeah. Well, next game here is the Bengals at the Steelers. AFC North game here at Acrisure Stadium. The Steelers are the favorite by 5.5 points.
All right. For me, this game, I tell you what, the Steelers, I just don't know who they are on offense. They look good and then they look bad. Their defense has been playing better, but then again, then they give up a big play here, big play there. With the key is for the Bengals to win, the Bengals have to get rid of the ball. Flacco's got to get rid of the ball quickly to his receivers. He's got to throw screen passes to Chase Brown, get the ball out to Higgins and Chase. For the Steelers to win, listen, the Bengals defense is terrible. That is not going to change all year. So I just think that, oh, by the way, the Cavs won 130-116. I just think that the Steelers are going to win because they have the better defense. So I could see Aaron Rodgers throwing 3 touchdowns here in this game. So I'm going to take Pitt.
Taking Pittsburgh. I'm taking Pittsburgh as well. Don't want them to win necessarily here.
I don't either. I'd love it if Cincinnati win.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it here for a second. I mean, Bengals Burrow is now practicing, and he is eyeing a return possibly for Thanksgiving against the Ravens, which would be nuts if he came back from the injury.
I wonder where that game's at. I think it's at Ravens.
I think it's at Ravens. Yeah, yep, it's in Baltimore.
Sure it is. Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, Bengals need to win everything they can. If Joe Burrow really does come back as well, then their last few games, their last 3 or 4 games are cakewalks. They really need to beat the Steelers and to beat the Ravens. It's very crucial for them, but unfortunately, I don't think they're going to do so. I think the Steelers are going to win. The Steelers D is top 5 for sacks in the league. I think they can get to Flacco in this one.
Yeah, they do.
At home.
Night, Joey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at home in this one, Steelers have a home field advantage. Their turf or grass or whatever it is sucks.
Grass.
And funny
Hines.
Funny enough, we were just talking about the Pitt game. It's at the same stadium. I don't know if it's playing on the same
that
grass.
stadium will be torn up.
Yeah, if it's the same grass, it'll be super torn up as it always is, even worse. So that will play a factor in the game, I think for sure. But I'm going the Steelers.
Yeah. I think this will be a high scoring game. Joe Flacco, he's on or off. I think he's going to be off this game. Pittsburgh at home against the divisional rival. They'll take care of that game. But I do think Cincinnati does keep it close. I'll say Cincinnati covers the spread, but the Steelers win the game.
Okay, I can see that. Next one here is the Buccaneers at the Bills. Bills are the favorite by 5.5 points at home at Highmark Stadium. Who you got?
This is a tough game. I mean, which Buffalo team's going to show up? The one that beats Kansas City or the one that played last week and lost to Miami? I don't know. And Tampa Bay, I mean, I know Bucky Irving did practice a little bit today. That's the first time he's been on the field in a long time. But he's going to be able to take a hit on that shoulder, so he is doubtful for Sunday. So I'm going to have to take Buffalo at home, and hopefully they prove me wrong and they have a bounce back game after that Miami loss.
I'm going Buffalo as well. I think they have to have a bounce back game. But this could be a really good game. Both teams are both 6-3, so really need both teams to win here. I think the Bills even more so, really. But yeah, I think the Bills with the strong home field advantage in this one will pull it off.
Yeah, 2 teams coming off of losses. Both really kind of need a win here, especially Buffalo. Like Mark said, coming off the Miami loss, that's a bad loss, and they looked horrible. I think Josh Allen is built for games like this, and I think Baker is the opposite. I think as the Buccaneers have shown this year, they have not beaten any good teams. They had to play the Lions and the Patriots, both good teams, both lost. I think the Bills will take care of business as their home, and they need to.
Yeah. Next one here is the 49ers at the Cardinals at State Farm Stadium. 49ers are the favorite by 2.5 points on the road.
All right. Well, Pearsall and Purdy both practiced today, and they are leaning towards playing this Sunday. So, with that in mind, Kittle had a big game last week. They just ran into a buzzsaw. You know, the Rams are that good. And so I am going to have to take San Francisco over Arizona. That's the way I'm leaning right now. San Francisco over Arizona.
Yeah, Purdy seems to be like he's coming back in this one. I think I'm taking the 49ers in this one. Kyler Murray's out, correct? He's out for
Yes.
the season.
He's out. He's on IR.
Yeah,
No, he's on.
Jacoby
he's on-
Brissett
Okay.
is the quarterback.
Yeah, so I'm going the 49ers. What about you, E?
I think Mac Jones or Purdy, doesn't matter. Niners win this game. The Cardinals, I think they just got 40 points put up on them last week. San Francisco did as well, but they actually looked decent. Cardinals have just looked awful all year. Jacoby Brissett, he's shown that he can win big games and kind of show that he is a quarterback in the NFL, but he's not going to do it against the 49ers defense. I got 49ers.
Yeah, it's a close spread, so it could be a close one for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals could pull it off somehow here, but yeah. Next one here is possibly the game of the week. The Seahawks at the Rams at SoFi Stadium. The Rams are the favorite by 3.5 points. Who you got?
This is one of my 3 games. I got 3 games that are going to be just top notch, and they're all late games. I think the Rams are going to pull this out, but boy, this game literally could be a 32-28 game. It could be a high scoring game. I mean, look at last week. Seattle literally scored 28 points in literally the first quarter. I think it was 20, nothing like that. It was like, holy smokes. So I really think this is going to be a great game. It really, to me, is a pick 'em. What was the spread on this game, Luke?
3.5 for the Rams.
3.5.
Yep.
See. Yeah, it's a home field advantage. It's a pick 'em game with the 3 that they're getting, 3.5 they're getting. But I'm gonna have to go the Rams. I just think they're. I love that Seattle defense though too. I'm gonna go Rams. It's a tough pick for me. I have a hard time.
He could switch.
You could talk me out of it. You could talk me out of it. I could be talked out of this.
Well,
but I'm just gonna say Rams.
Okay. You're saying Rams, locking in. I'm saying the Rams as well, so I'm not going to talk you out of it in this one. I think the Rams are going to win, but this is like I said, going to be one of the better games of the.
Oh, it's going to be great.
I think the Rams are really strong in the red zone this season, but really, both teams have averaged over 30 points or more per game. So the over/under in this one is 48.5. I'm hitting the over with that one. So hitting the over and getting the Rams for me.
I'm going to go total opposite with you and say Seahawks win this one on a low-scoring game.
Okay, Seahawks win on the low scoring.
I think Seahawks defense, they're special. They're special defense.
They are good.
And I think Stafford will have a hard time against them. I think they'll be able to get to Stafford a decent amount. JSN, him and Sam Darnold have some type of connection. That deep ball,
definitely,
it's beautiful. It's beautiful in Seattle. Yeah, I got Seattle. The Rams just Devontae Adams, I think he has a back injury right now, so I'm not sure if he's going to be limited or what's up with him. Puka's always struggling with something. I got Seattle.
Yeah. The Rams. In order for the Rams to make it far, they have to stay healthy, and they are a little banged up.
Yeah, Puka's always injured. I feel like Devontae's old, and like I said, he tweaked something in his back. Same with Stafford. If Stafford gets hit too hard,
this is oblique.
Oh yeah. Yep. And then Stafford. I mean, if he gets hit, he could be out for the season.
Are you changing your pick, Dad?
No, I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay.
I'm sticking. I mean, he has valuable things there. He's very valuable. He's right on the money. I think this game is a toss up for me. It could end in a freaking tie.
Yeah, it honestly could.
It could.
That'd be
I mean,
funny.
it could.
Yeah.
Whoever
Bet
has the
that.
ball last, I think it could be.
Yep. Next one here is another really good game. We have the
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs at the Broncos at Empower Field at Mile High. The Chiefs are the favorite in this one on the road by 3.5 points. So real similar here with this game. What do you think?
This is my second game of the week here. The Broncos are just inconsistent. Their defense is great. It's just their offense is really it's up and down. And I know that Dobbins is he's doubtful or close to being out this game, I heard. So you got to watch to see on that one. And that means Harvey would start. I just think that Kansas City's defense is too good. You give the Walrus a week off. They had the bye week last week. I think the Walrus comes out and it just shreds Denver. I'm going with KC with a big win over the Broncos.
Big win. This is a big statement win. I mean, I think they would probably jump into that playoff picture there probably with this win. Maybe one more, I guess, just depending on how the week shakes out here. But yeah, it's a must-win game for the Chiefs, I think, to prove themselves. And stat here, interesting stat. Over the past 2 seasons, the Chiefs have won 80% of their divisional games. I guess it's not that surprising because it's the Chiefs, but yeah, they always do well in divisional games over the past 2 years. Not too surprising there, but I think they're going to beat the Broncos here on the road. So that's my pick.
Yeah, and they're also great. Andy Reid's great off of bye weeks. I don't know the exact numbers or whatever, but I'm sure it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And like Mark said, Bo Nix and the offense, they're on or off. Like they struggle or they're the best offense in the league.
They've had like one good quarter the last 2 games. That was that fourth quarter they scored all those points. Besides that, they haven't looked good. Yeah.
And Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs, I mean, must-win spot. They're struggling so far. They'll beat the Broncos. And also Vegas is kind of screaming at people to -3.5 for the Chiefs on the road against an 8-2 team for the Chiefs. Like Vegas is screaming that the Chiefs are going to win that game. So I got the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't believe in
I think they'll win by more than 3.5.
Yeah.
Next one here is the Ravens at the Browns.
Yeah.
At Huntington Bank Field, Ravens are obviously the favorite by 7.5 points.
Yeah.
Why is this an evening game in this one? Do you know, Dad?
Well, they thought it was going to be a decent game maybe at the beginning of the year, but that wasn't the case. So I'm not exactly sure either because obviously this is the East Coast game. All the other 3 games, and they've been going only 3 4:00 games, and they decided to add a fourth 4:00 game for some unknown reason. Nobody knows. Nobody will care about this game because this will be the lousiest of the 4 games that will be on 4:00.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Ravens they aren't that good either, but they're better than the Browns, so I'm going to take the Ravens. That's all I know.
You'll be in the building?
Unfortunately. But I'll have the red zone on the screen, hopefully, and be watching it the other games more probably than that one.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Like you said last week, the Browns are the Browns, and in this type of a game, they could freaking win. They really could. You know,
they could. They really could, especially if they bring in Shador.
Yeah, it's the stupidest thing how the Browns work. So, I mean, no way. Myself or anybody is with any respect is going to pick the Browns on this one, but they could win it just because it is the Browns, I guess. So yeah, I'm taking the Ravens. Obviously, they've been winning a 3-game win streak here, so I think they keep it rolling. They need to get in that playoff picture. Crazy to say that Baltimore's not in the playoffs at this point. Yeah, they need a win, need to keep winning. So Ravens.
Yep, I agree. I got the Ravens to win this one. I do think Cleveland covers though, the +8. Ravens are coming off of back-to-back road games. I think that'll affect them a little bit.
So this is their third road game in a row?
I think it's their second, right?
Okay.
Lamar Jackson, he's still getting the groove again and stuff.
Yeah,
so
he did not practice today.
Yeah, and going against the Cleveland Browns defense, that can be scary.
Well, he's just resting though, right?
You'd think. I heard he was a little banged up. But you know what happens then? Huntley's going to be their quarterback. Huntley will come in. An old Raven that went to the Browns that went back to the Ravens will end up beating the Browns. It's just the way that things go in Cleveland. So
I think Lamar will play, but
he probably
I
will.
do have a prop. I do have a prop for this one. I do think Derrick Henry will have anytime scoring touchdown this game.
Ooh, okay.
Last game, the Ravens were at the 2-yard line 2 different times, and they did not give Henry the ball, and he seemed a little frustrated on the sideline. So I think Harbaugh will try to fix that and get him one in this weekend.
I like
All
that.
right, I like that.
Yeah. Next one here is the Lions at the Eagles here. Another good game here. The Eagles are the favorite at home by 2.5 points at Lincoln Financial Field. Who you got?
This is my third game of the week that's going to be really good. Like what we talked about earlier, Eagles win big games. This is a big game. I just can't go against the Lions. I'll tell you what, when old Campbell boy started freaking calling plays last week, what a different team they turned into. I'm not 100% if he's calling plays or not this week. He should keep going. J-Mo freaking Williams, I mean, that boy was unconscious. It was thrown to him every single time. Throw it to him, throw it to him, throw it to him, throw it. They couldn't stop him. They could not stop him, man. They could not stop him. And I tell you what, Campbell, I knew when I didn't know that he was going to go to Williams that much, but I knew he had a plan in his mind that he saw something that he was going to go to it until the well went dry. And he is a smart dude. So I'm going to take the Lions on the road, underdog.
Lions on the road, underdog. You kind of read my mind here. I can't lie for sure. I also picked the Lions in this one. One of the hardest games, if not the hardest game to pick out of this whole week's slate, in my opinion. Yeah, the Lions. If they don't lay a goose egg, it's been like 2 or 3 games this season where they just can't produce anything. They average over 400 yards per game, and they score over 31 points per game on average. So high scoring team here, and I'm going with them on the road. Big win for the Lions.
Yep. I got the Lions as well. Like I said earlier, I think they're going to get hot here.
Let's go.
3 of us are taking the dog on the road on Sunday Night Football. Wow.
Yeah. I think they're going to get hot here. And I just don't think the Eagles are legit. Somebody in the locker room, I heard on Pat McAfee's show, somebody in the locker room in the Eagles said that they think the team's going downhill. I don't know what that means or whatever.
Brown's come out today and he is not happy again. Brown is
that
not
too. Brown's
happy.
showing his frustration.
Yeah.
He is not happy.
I lost my fantasy last week because of AJ Brown. I had a 95% chance going into Monday night.
Oh, that's right. You told me that about that.
Yeah, remember I told you all he needed to score was 5 points. 5 points for me to win. He had like 2.
How many score?
2.
2?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
How many balls did you catch? 2? I think he caught 2 balls.
Maybe 1 or 2, yeah.
2 balls for 0 yards.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got the Lions.
What's Vegas saying in this one?
From the line, from what I'm reading off of it, it's saying Eagles. I think Vegas thinks the Eagles will actually win this one.
What's the spread? 2.5?
2.5 at home with the Eagles.
To me, that's a pick'em game.
Yeah, I think it should be a pick'em.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Sunday night football factor makes it so a couple points are added, but yeah, I agree. I think it should be a pick'em.
Yeah, it'll be a good one that afternoon.
Plus, isn't it Saquon injured a little bit? Like, isn't he playing
he's a little banged up.
Injury?
He was a little banged up. He was in and out. Bigsby played some. Played some. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I know that Brown is not happy. So I'll tell you what, he could be a big cancer for that team. And the thing is, trade deadline's gone now. You can't trade him. Somebody gets all ticked off and gets their burr up their butt. You never know what's going to happen.
I was really hoping the Patriots would do that Vrabel AJ Brown connection again from Tennessee and bring him to New England, but
that
New England didn't even try to.
Yeah.
New England didn't even get anybody at the deadline, so they were being quiet at the deadline.
They got a nice stable of receivers there, though. They really do.
Yeah,
for sure. A lot of young guys
Booty,
besides Diggs.
Yeah.
And then the last one here on the Week 11 slate, we got the Monday night matchup. The Cowboys at the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium. Cowboys are the favorite here by 3.5 points.
Well, for me, obviously, Dallas is coming off a bye. Unfortunately, that their one player, Nealon, and end up passing away. This could be a big emotional game for Dallas coming off that. I think Dallas will win, but once again, their defense is not very good. Raiders are going to score some points, but I'm going to take Dallas. I just think they have too many weapons and too much offensive power.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys in this one with a emotional win. Rest in peace, definitely. But I don't think the Raiders are going to score a lot of points in this one, even with a pretty bad Cowboys defense. The Raiders actually average only 15 points per game this season, one of the lowest in the league. And so, yeah, I'm actually I'm going to go with anytime touchdown as well in this game for Williams, running back on the Cowboys here, and proud fantasy owner as well. So shout out Williams, and the Cowboys get the dub on the road.
I'm going to have to disagree with you guys here and go with the Raiders.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Whoa.
I think it's going to be an emotional locker
flying
room.
off the cuff.
I think it's an emotional locker room. When things like that happen, it's sometimes hard for the team to get back on the field and forget about real life type of stuff, So, Raiders home, Geno Smith. I think he's a good quarterback. Dak Prescott. They're
Smith.
basically.
Whoa.
What did you say? Time out. Did you
Wait,
say that
what?
Geno Smith was a good quarterback?
I think Geno Smith is a decent quarterback.
You better look at your stats.
He just needs the right system. Like, he was on the Seahawks and he was going to lead them to the playoffs. He led them to the playoffs.
I tell you what, he's been sucky.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's got.
But he got paid for a reason.
So you're going with the Raiders?
I'm going with the Raiders.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Me and Dad could be totally off, and Ethan could be right in that one.
By the way, the old Raiders coach is going to be the next Browns coach, John Gruden. Chucky.
You guys don't want John Gruden. You do not want John.
Why don't we want John Gruden?
I want Johnny Boy.
He's too much on the media, social media. You don't want him.
Listen, obviously, he's changed his career a lot since he's not a coach anymore, and he's publishing his business and Barstool and doing all his stuff. I get all that. If he becomes a coach again, if the people are smart, they're gonna say, "Listen, Chucky, you gotta back off the stuff and let's just focus on the team. You gotta put all the stuff off to the side till we fire you again. I mean, till you're back on the road again."
That would be something.
Yeah.
I think it would be great.
Oh, by the way, my anytime touchdowns this week are Henderson, because I do believe that he's going to be the starter tomorrow night again for New England, and Warren from Pittsburgh. Those are my two anytime touchdowns for this week.
I'm going to add another one.
Go ahead.
Pull it out there.
I'm going to add Justin Jefferson anytime touchdown as well.
Oh, lazy boy, huh?
Chicago's corners are not good, and they're like picking up cornerbacks. So whenever a team's picking up cornerbacks this late in the season, it's not looking too hot there.
Yeah, I'll add one. I'll add one as well. I'm gonna go Lamar anytime touchdown. I think on the Browns he'll run one in. It'll be a collapse in the defense somehow.
The Browns are always clueless when they're playing him. Yeah, if he plays, yeah.
Yeah, if he plays, which I think he's going to play at this point. But who were your anytime touchdowns last week, Dad? You had
remember.
You had Smith and Jigba and McConkey?
Yeah, I think I did, yeah. And guess what? They both had touchdowns.
They did? I saw Smith and Jigba definitely did. I didn't know about McConkey.
Yeah, McConkey did too.
Yeah. Last week I said Swift and Dowdle, which Swift did not, but Dowdle did have a touchdown. So, and then teams on a bye this week are the Colts and the Saints here. Yeah.
Colts are looking good. Saints are looking the total opposite.
Mm-hmm.
They
both need the bye for different reasons.
Yeah, 8-2 going into a bye is very good for the Colts.
Yeah, it's nice too. They get a nice late bye. This week 11 here. That's nice late bye. They right in the middle, right past the middle of the season. Yeah, that's nice to have a nice bye before that comes.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that wraps up this week of the Robinson Replay. Thanks again, Ethan, for being on the pod.
Thanks for joining us.
Best picker.
Thanks for having me.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job. Yep. We can't wait to see what your record is next week.
Yeah,
we'll see
the
Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders are going to be a difference maker for me.
All right, they probably will.
Raiders.
Yeah, you're going to be one game less than us. Love it.
We'll see.
Awesome. All right. Peace, everybody.
Later.
Peace.